In Christian teachings and mythology, the 7 deadly sins are 7 greater sins, 7 cardinal vices, from which all other vices are born, 7 moral transgressions which damn a soul to hell, according to divine law. They are not mentioned in the Christian Bible, but were supposedly collected together during the time the Bible was translated into English. Each of the 7 deadly sins are associated with, and personified by a demon, 7 great demons who revel in these sins, planting the desires and temptation to commit these acts in the hearts of men. The first of the 7 deadly sins is pride, selfish pride, the belief that one is superior and more important than others, which leads to arrogance, the desire for glory, and self-centeredness. The demon of pride is Lucifer, also known as Iblis, by many others. It was pride which caused Lucifer's fall from heaven. He believed he was superior to all other angels, more beautiful, more important. He believed he was equal to his Creator, and could even surpass him if given a chance. Thus, he was cast from heaven, along with his accomplices and other rebellious angels. The lion is a symbol of pride, and the opposing virtue of selfish pride is humility. The second of the 7 deadly sins is greed, also known as avarice, the desire to possess much more than one needs. One who is greedy is never content with anything, never has enough of anything, and this leads to stealing, cheating, fraud, thievery, murder, abuse of power, and other similar unclean acts. The demon of greed is Mammon, whose name means riches, the devil who is the lord of money. The wolf is a symbol of greed, and the opposing virtue of greed is sufficiency and contentment. Contrary to what most may think, this does not mean one cannot have higher aspirations and bigger dreams, but one must be grateful for the things he has, and go after only the things he needs. The third of the 7 deadly sins is lust, an uncontrolled sexual desire, the first carnal deadly sin, which leads to infidelity, rape, deceit, fornication, bestiality, betrayal, and other unclean sexual acts. The demon of lust is Asmodeus, a fire-breathing demon who rides on a fiery dragon, ruining the dignity of virgins and plotting against newlyweds. Asmodeus prevents sexual relations between husband and wife. He destroys new marriages and forces married men and women into committing adultery. Being one of the most evil infernal demons, and the personification of sexual aggressiveness, he appears as a hybrid of the most sexually aggressive creatures, having 3 heads, that of a man, a ram, and a bull, and the feet of a chicken, the wings of a griffin, and the tail of a serpent. The goat is a symbol of lust, and the opposing virtue of lust is chastity, some say self-control. The fourth of the 7 deadly sins is envy, which is jealousy, being obsessed with having more things than others, and being bitter and covetous when others have more things than you do, or things that you do not have. It makes man hate man. It was out of envy that Cain killed his brother, Abel. The demon of envy is Leviathan, a monstrous serpent which lives in the depth of the seas, and swallows its victims whole. The dog is a symbol of envy, and the opposing virtue is charity. The fifth of the 7 deadly sins is gluttony, the vice of eating and drinking to excess. It leads to self-indulgence, extravagance, and loss of reason. A glutton prioritizes eating and drinking as the main goal of life, seeing any other thing as less important. It was out of gluttony that Esau sold his birthright to Jacob, over a plate of pottage yam. The demon of gluttony is Belzebub, the lord of flies. When the gluttonous die and go to hell, Belzebub forces them to eat toads, and drink decaying smelly water. The opposing virtue of gluttony is moderation, or sobriety. The sixth deadly sin is wrath, the feeling of anger, rage, and hatred, the thirst for vengeance, and to do harm. Wrath beclouds judgment, and leads to fighting, vendetta, war, spite, bloodshed, violence, cruelty, irrationality, feuds that may last a long time, and all other similar vices. The demon of wrath is Satan, who fuels the flame of anger, laying waste to everything it burns, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Fanged ferocious animals like the tiger are a symbol of wrath, or anger, and its opposing virtue is tolerance, or patience. The seventh deadly sin is sloth, apathy, the unwillingness to do things one should, and lack of interest in anything. Sloth leads to laziness, procrastination, carelessness, negligence, tardiness, dirtiness, depression, and ignorance, which in turn lead to many other vices. The demon of sloth is Belphegor, whose name means Lord of Opening, and is worshipped with offerings of excrement. The donkey is a symbol of sloth, and its opposing virtue is diligence, or discipline. These are the 7 deadly sins, and the 7 deadly demons who preside over them.
Do you know your internet service provider sees everything you do online? Do you know you're exposed on every website you visit, and your visible IP address can be used to track you down to your very doorstep? Do you know when using a public network, a malicious user, aka a hacker, on the network, can read your personal data? How do you protect yourself? Protect yourself by using a VPN. But not just any VPN, for not all VPNs are created equal. Free VPNs give you fake privacy. Most others will share your private info with third parties whenever possible. What VPN should you use? Use NordVPN. NordVPN secures your privacy and keeps you protected from the eyes online. What makes NordVPN different? NordVPN encrypts your data. In other words, turns them into gibberish, which means no one can read it, not even your internet service provider. NordVPN does not store data on its servers. In other words, there are no data to share to third parties. Which means your privacy is ever guaranteed. NordVPN has automatic kill switch. In other words, if your connection accidentally drops, NordVPN blocks your device's access to the internet. Which means you're protected at all times, even when disconnected. NordVPN is easy to use, with one click to connect, or enable auto-connect to automatically connect whenever a network is detected. NordVPN has over 5,000 servers in 60 countries, and is available on Android, Windows, OS, macOS, Linux, and Android TV. Are you a movie lover? Is a movie or streaming platform blocked in your country? Change your location on NordVPN, and gain instant access to your favorite movies. Are you a gamer? Is a game not available in your country? Change your location on NordVPN, and instantly gain access to your favorite games. How do you get NordVPN? Click the link in the video's description to get NordVPN. Use the promo code MFAZ to enjoy a 2-year plan with over 60% discount and 1 month free bonus. What are you waiting for? Click the link to get NordVPN today. Remember, use the promo code MFAZ to start enjoying your discount and 1 month free bonus. Stay protected online. Start using NordVPN.